Charlie sneered and said, "Okay, your own children are all graduates from famous universities? But what about the families you have killed? Can their children still eat? Can they survive? Let alone go to school. A prestigious university. When you ruined their lives, why didn't you consider them?" Liane regrets and fears, and her face is particularly pale. She did kill a lot of people, and countless people were ruined by her, but she never cared. She wants to make money. As long as she makes money, nothing else matters. So now the retribution is coming. Charlie wants to send all the sons and daughters she has cultivated to the black coal mine to dig coal. It is the best punishment for her to personally destroy her life's deceitful and abducted efforts. Liane was also frightened and cried and said, "Mr. Wade, I really knew it was wrong. If you ask for money, I can give you all of my money. I have been in Macau for many years, and I have saved some money. I have a total of 20 million in my hand. I will give you all of this money. Please let my son and daughter go." With that, she immediately took out her mobile phone, opened the mobile banking, and showed the balance to Charlie. There are more than 21 million in her personal account. Charlie said indifferently, "You donate all of these 2 and 1 million to the official donation account of Project Hope." Having said that, he took out his mobile phone and found the official account of Project Hope, handed it to Liane, and said coldly, "Transfer now." Liane hurriedly asked, "Mr. Wade, if I donate this money, you can let me go?" Charlie sneered and said, "You still want to bargain with me?" Liane was so frightened by Charlie that she hurriedly picked up her mobile phone and transferred all her money according to the donation account of Project Hope that Charlie found. After all the transfers, she handed the phone to Charlie, crying, and said, "Mr. Wade, I have donated all the money, and the account balance is already zero. Can you let me go now?" After Charlie confirmed that she had donated all the money, he said coldly, "Don't forget, you just owed me 100 million when you played rock paper scissors. You donated more than 20 million, and you still owe me many more." Liane cried and said, "Mr. Wade, the more than 20 million just now was my wealth." Charlie nodded and said, "Didn't I tell you? Send all of your household registration to the black coal mine to dig coal for 2,000 a month. When will you pay more than 70 million in gambling debt? Let you go when the time comes." Liane collapsed and blurted out, "Mr. Wade, 2,000 a month, only 24,000 a year, and I can't make so much money to pay off her debts to death." Charlie asked her back, "Those people who have been ruined by your gang to go bankrupt and have a lot of debts, how did they repay their debts? Have you ever thought about it? If you know today, why bother?" Having said that, Charlie asked Ron, "Please tell me honestly, who are your second aunts? Who are your immediate family members?" Ron hurriedly said, "She has a husband, a son, and a daughter. The son was married the year before. The daughter-in-law's family opened a black casino in Orus Hill. Her daughter just got married last month and found a son-in-law to do it. Microloans specialize in young college students and have forced several college students to jump off the building." Charlie nodded and said coldly, "Okay, Liane has given birth to 2 children. One is married to the daughter of the owner of Kaihei Casino, and the other is married for a small loan arranger. Your family is really a nest of snakes and rats." After that, he immediately took out his phone and sent Isaac a WeChat. The content of the WeChat is, "There is a woman named Liane who has just returned from Macau in Orus Hill. Please help me check her family and bring her husband, son, and daughter-in-law, all to Thompson C11. Although Mr. Orville was an underground emperor in Orus Hill, it was only an underground world. If he was asked to directly tie up these people, he could tie them over with his ability, but the subsequent things might not be able to suppress them. But Isaac is different. Isaac is the spokesperson of the Wade family in Orus Hill. In Orus Hill, even the Song family's old master, he must be polite when meeting him. Therefore, Isaac has almost nothing impossible to accomplish in Orus Hill. After receiving Charlie's order, Isaac didn't have any delay and immediately sent people to investigate and search for Liane's family. Liane was crying bitterly at this time, and knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Charlie, begging for forgiveness. Her forehead was already bleeding and she didn't dare to stop. But Charlie didn't sympathize with her at all. She has caused so many people to bankrupt their families, and it is time for her to have a taste of bankruptcy. However, now she can only taste the feeling of bankruptcy once, which is already very cheap for her. While Lien cried bitterly, Charlie asked Mr. Orville's men to drag Horaya in front of him. Horaya was already trembling with fright at this time, looked at Charlie, and wailed and said, "Charlie, I am your big aunt. You don't look at the face of the monk and look at the face of the Buddha. After all, you are our son-in-law of the Wilson family, isn't it? You just spared me this time, what do you think?" Charlie laughed and said, "Don't talk to me about this useless thing. Let me talk about it first. How much money do you have now?" Horia's heart tightened, and she blurted out, "I have no money, I really have no money." Charlie said coldly, "I give you an opportunity to take the initiative to explain. You must grasp it well. Otherwise, Lien is your role model." Horia shook her whole body. She was horrified, but she also kept her eyes on her mind. She hurriedly said, I have 5 million. This is our family's wealth." Charlie nodded and said, "Okay, open your mobile banking and let me see the balance."